Today we're talking about something that almost no one checks, but it affects every single blood pressure decision you make. Is your home blood pressure monitor accurate? Here's the truth that surprises a lot of people. Inaccurate blood pressure readings is one of the biggest reasons people are overtreated and worried when they don't need to be. So in today's video, I'm gonna walk you through the common reasons as to why your home monitor is wrong and the exact step-by-step system I use to verify home monitors with my own patients. By the way, I'm Dr. Mitch, a practicing board-certified primary care physician, and helping people lower blood pressure naturally is what I do every single day. First off, there are 3 things that you must do and check at every measurement before you can see if your monitor is truly accurate. If you don't do these 3 things, your home monitor can be perfectly accurate, but your numbers can still be off by 10 or more points. Now, if you're already a pro at checking your blood pressure and want to skip ahead to see how to verify your home monitor accuracy, you can go to that timestamp in the video. But if you're unsure how to properly check blood pressure, you're gonna wanna watch this part of the video. The absolute gold standard for measuring blood pressure at home is using an upper arm cuff, and there are 3 reasons for this. 1, the upper arm cuff is close to heart level. 2, the artery is large and easy to compress, giving more accurate systolic and diastolic readings. And 3, measurements are more consistent due to that large vessel compressibility. The thing I ask you to do is to throw away any wrist or finger blood pressure cuffs that you have and replace them with upper arm cuffs. If you take nothing else away from this video, that's the one thing that I want you to remember. Wrist cuffs are very sensitive to positional changes. They can give wildly false numbers, and they're less consistent because measurement is based off of a much smaller artery to compress. Finger cuffs are even less reliable. Now, I've researched and tested a ton of different blood pressure cuffs on Amazon, and let's be honest, there's not a lot of reliable ones out there, but if you want the one that I found to be the most affordable and accurate on Amazon, I'll put a link to that in the description below. In addition to having an upper arm cuff, you have to make sure that the blood pressure cuff is the proper size for you. This is one of the biggest accuracy problems that I see. If your cuff is too small, it will give you artificially high numbers, whereas if the cuff is too big, it will give you artificially low numbers. Many adults need a large or extra large cuff in order to fit them properly. Here's a simple rule. The cuff bladder should cover about 80% of your upper arm and wrap comfortably without digging in. If you have a larger arm, a standard cuff will overestimate your blood pressure and give you falsely high readings. You want to have the cuff snug enough to where you can barely fit about 2 fingers inside the cuff. So even if you have a good monitor, if the cuff size is wrong, the numbers are wrong. Now let's talk about the second thing that you must do at every blood pressure check, and that is fixing how you sit. Blood pressure is extremely sensitive to body positioning. Small things make a big difference. If you check your blood pressure lying down versus checking your blood pressure standing up, you should see different numbers. Here's how readings are commonly taken at home. Sitting on the edge of a chair, or your feet dangling or crossed. Your arm is unsupported, your back is slouched, or you're talking or watching TV. Each one of those can raise the reading. The correct position, and this really matters for the most accurate reading, you want to sit with your back supported, your feet flat on the floor, legs uncrossed, arms supported at heart level, palm facing up, and sitting quietly for 5 minutes before measuring. Talking, scrolling, or watching the news can raise systolic blood pressure by 5 to 10 points, and that alone can push someone into a higher blood pressure category. So once you've nailed down the right cuff and your body position is optimal, the last step is to check your blood pressure at specific times of the day, because when you check your blood pressure matters significantly. The difficult thing to pin down about blood pressure monitoring is that blood pressure fluctuates significantly throughout throughout the day. It naturally rises in the morning, fluctuates with stress, changes with activity, and drops at night. Yet many people check their blood pressure right after waking up, after coffee, after exercise, or just randomly throughout the day, and then panic. For home monitoring and the best times to check your blood pressure, I recommend morning, 20 minutes after getting up, after using the bathroom, before food or caffeine, and after sitting quietly for 5 minutes. And I also recommend in the evening, sitting quietly for 5 minutes right before bed. You want to check your blood pressure twice, 1 minute apart, and write down the lower of the two readings. One random high number does not define your blood pressure. So now that you know you're checking your blood pressure accurately every time, and you still have concerns about the accuracy of your monitor, here's how you can verify whether it's accurate or not. First, you want to bring your home blood pressure monitor to your next doctor's visit. Here's what to do. Sit quietly for 5 minutes, take 2 readings with your device, and write down the lower of the 2 numbers. Immediately have a clinician take a manual reading in the same arm right away. You want to compare those numbers. If your number is within 5 points, that's excellent. If it's within 10 points, that's acceptable. And if it's off by more than 10 points, that's unreliable. You want to do this check once every 6 months. Monitors can lose accuracy over time, and some of them can lose accuracy in as early as a few months of consistent use. The key that I want to express is having a manual blood pressure check with someone who knows what they're doing, because manual numbers will always be more accurate than machines. So here's the quick checklist to take away from this video. Use an upper arm cuff, have the correct cuff size, have your back supported, your arm at heart level, being quiet for 5 minutes, consistent timing, and compare with the clinic every 6 months. If you do these, your readings become reliable tools, not stress triggers. My final takeaway is this: home blood pressure monitors are powerful when used correctly, but inaccurate readings lead to confusion, fear, and unnecessary medication changes. Blood pressure management works best when the numbers are accurate and interpreted calmly. Now, if you're looking for a full step-by-step guide in order to lower blood pressure naturally by up to 30 points in just 90 days or less, I put everything together in my blood pressure reset guide. If you're interested, you can check it out using the link in the description. Now that you've checked if your home monitor is accurate and you know you're taking your readings correctly, it's time to start lowering blood pressure naturally. In my next video, I talk about a 10-minute routine that you can start doing today in order to lower blood pressure, and you're going to want to check out that video right here.